Hey, everybody, welcome to the Daily Deer Day 27 Reflect and Reset. Today's quote is: "The only thing we can do is try to be better than the hunter we were yesterday." Another quote by Fred Bear. And I think that's a great quote to start the day this Monday. The only thing we can do is try to be better than the hunter we were yesterday. And yesterday is relative. It could be last season and so forth. And I know we had an episode at the beginning of the Daily Deer, the first one about kind of reflecting and resetting. And it made sense to do another one towards the end of this month as a springboard to think about how we go forward as the season will inevitably get closer and closer and closer. And we have this really cool time of year about now, at least here in the Midwest, where we do get this opportunity to kind of work on the things we may have wished we'd done better on the previous season. For me specifically, that was my shot placement. Although I don't think it was a big problem, I have lost confidence in my shot placement on a deer I didn't recover. And as a result, I need to kind of reflect on that and reset and then put some things in place to do a better job and make sure that I have full confidence that everything is going to go the way that it ought to based on, my practice. So, I think this is a good time to just really look back and figure out what worked, what didn't, and use those insights to inform our goals for next season. So, write some of those things down. For me, that's the bigger one, shot placement. But and with that, then comes along something I would call, not that I would call, but something that's called SMART goals: specific, measurable, attainable, relevant, and timely. What is my specific goal in this case? To get more confident with my shot placement. And how I'm gonna do that, is well, how I'm gonna measure it is obviously track your progress, but the more I can hit the bullseye, the better. Is it attainable? Absolutely. It's very attainable and it's very relevant to what I'm trying to accomplish, and then set some sort of time-bound nature to that. So if I didn't think about it that way, I would maybe not hold myself as accountable as I would need to achieve a much better result in the 2025 hunting season. And, a lot of that's gonna be, like, shooting from my saddle and platform elevated, which I do. However, I've encountered some abstract shot angles at full draw from my saddle, and a lot of that's because I hunt public land and I don't have the luxury of finely trimmed shooting lanes. I kinda have to take what I get. So I do need to practice a bit more realistically, not maybe have this perfectly clear shooting lane, or if I do, act as though I don't, and shoot for my strong side and my weak side, which is something you would consider if you're hunting out of a saddle, and to just to get better. So that's a little bit of my personal reflect and reset, and what went well, what didn't. There were certain things that did go well. I think um, my ability to get to where deer are is getting continuously better. I'm getting a lot better at that over the last several seasons. I've seemed to have kind of figured a bit of that out. But that's an ongoing challenge, especially as someone who lives in between Milwaukee and Madison in a highly populated, densely populated area between two major cities. It's hard to get away from hunting pressure. So I think that the better I can do that and get on the deer is good. So that's something I think went well. Something that didn't go well, I wasn't in shape either. I was pretty out of shape, so dragging a deer wasn't the best experience. It usually isn't typically a great experience as far as like feeling like you're in shape, but for me, it was particularly rough. And I know it's because I could have just done a better job with my physical health. So anyway, those are some things I'm kind of thinking about. Growth comes from that reflection, and it's a good time to have that perspective and that introspection, and use this quiet month to prepare and have a stronger, better season in 2025 to some degree. And if it's maybe you didn't have enough time under your belt to feel confident in the spot you picked because you didn't scout enough. And this is a great time of year to scout. You can use shed hunting to your advantage to double dip and scout. I think you'd probably be scouting 90% of that time anyways. And then, also turkey season is going to be right around the corner. Is there scouting you can do then? Kind of, maybe. Like it's different, but trying to interpret the properties that you have access to, or maybe getting access to more properties, doing some door knocking or some more research on, something like Spartan Forge or Onyx and all those other mapping applications. All that stuff is all good things to be doing this time of year to help ensure that 2025 will you just kind of put the stack the deck in your favor a little bit, and hopefully not as many things will go wrong. I know for me, I feel like Murphy's Law is my best friend when I'm on the Deerwood, so we'll see. But if I can kind of put myself in a good position, that's what I'm personally after. Thanks for trekking into the Deerwoods with me today. Hope everyone has a great day and a good week. Thank you.